Hey guys, Ash here coming at you today in Raid Shadow Legends. I am not alone. I'm joined by Big Poppa Drock.
Jesus, buddy, what was that about?
What's up, Drock? How you doing, man?
Dude, I'm doing great, man. It's a new year, Ash. It's a new year, new us.
Yeah, are you a New Year's resolution guy or no?
You know, I am a resolution guy, and that I like to think. I was driving home from seeing some friends last night, and I was like, what do I want to work on this year? Like, not even like this is my resolution, but how do I just want to improve, or where I want my focus to be? And so it's kind of more of a nebulous, like that kind of stuff. Like, what can I get out of this year?
I'm the same way.
You know?
Yeah, I'm not like listing down 4 things with check boxes, but at the same time, it's a good time, I feel like, as cheesy as some might think it is, to kind of take stock and inventory of where you are and where you want to be, right? And kind of try to make some moves in those. Do you have any raid resolutions?
Spend less.
Spend less. That is a great one, my friend. I think I have the same one. And we could both probably take that one for sure.
You sure?
What about you guys? Let us know if your resolutions, either raid or unrelated. Today we have an awesome video idea. We're gonna do half of it on my channel, half of it on Drock's channel. Like hundreds of requests to get Drock back on the channel. I'm thinking, what could we talk about that we haven't already talked about? And actually a billion ideas came to mind. But the first one that came to mind, I think, is gonna be a banger, man. And that is making a team, I was gonna think like the best possible team in every faction, but also like think outside the box. Like it could just be a cool team that you really think has great synergy, right? And we're gonna do this half on my channel, half the factions on Drock's channel. And the thing that I'm most excited about, man, is like going into this video idea, I didn't know it was gonna be good or not. But now that I've gone through and like taken a look at what I want to piece together here and share with you and my audience, obviously, now I'm like pumped, man, because I'm like, this is actually way more fun than just the best champion in every faction, because you talk a little bit about synergy, you shine a light on other champions that fit well with others as well.
Yeah, I'm like, when you hit me up with this idea, I was like, oh, count me in, dude. I think this has like gotten me juiced, because there are so many champions you just don't think to use. And like, don't get me wrong, there's some obvious picks that I'm sure will hit, but you also had the idea, and I think this was great. You're like, look, let's try to include an epic in every faction, you know what I mean? And then also we're limiting, I think, mythicals for the entire thing, right?
What on earth did you do with the money?
I wasn't really in it for the money.
For heaven's sake.
Exactly. I set some ground, because as I started, I'm like, wait a second here, it's going to be all mythicals. So we have 2 mythicals to use total. We can both use 2. That's it. Like in the entirety of all the factions, we had to pick our 2 favorites, or the 2 best that we thought would synergize with our teams. And just so it's not all legendaries and mythicals or all legendaries, we had to pick at least 1 epic on our team of 4. So that's what we're going to go with. Wait, did you pick 5 or 4 on your teams?
I picked 4. We're doing 4, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do 4, but like we also have an emphasis on 4 champions to synergize well together in the arena, but also 4 champions you can build a really fun team outside the arena too. Because I wasn't thinking just arena. Like I wanted to make sure I have burns on my teams and stuff like that. So those are the ground rules. Let us know if you want us to do another version of this and kind of tweak it. We could do like 4 epics and 1 legendary, or we could do all kinds of stuff from here. But without further ado, those are the rules. That's the exercise. Drock, you're the guest. Let's start out with good old Banner Lords, my friend.
Yes.
We'll try to be like semi-quick, but both of us are kind of long-winded. But give us your rundown, and I guess unveil maybe your entire team, and then just what you like about it. How about that?
Yeah, so this is one of those factions where there are really, really clear picks that are both great for PvP and PvE. So when I was looking at this faction, I'm 100% picking Taurus and Marichka. You'd be crazy not to.
Same.
You know what I mean? Like, they are unquestionably some of the best champions in the game. And then this is the one faction where I really thought, like, look, and we talked about this off camera, Ash. It's like, we don't want to pick all faction unity champions either.
Yes, I meant to mention that too. Yeah.
Yes, but this is the one faction where I really feel like it works, and I'm going to. So I'm going Aislinn, Taurus, Marichka, but then I'm also, for my epic pick here, I'm going Ursula, baby. I'm going Ursula. So I get like that sick revive.
I like that.
And also getting some buffs. And I just think, like, this is a team you could throw into PvE content and do stuff. Aislinn help keeps you alive. Marichka can passive revive. Ursula can revive you if everything goes wrong. Taurus is your massive damage dealer. I would throw this team in arena. I'd throw this team in PvE. This is like, to me, that's the way to go. That's how I'm rolling here.
I love the team. Similar to you, I should have said this at the beginning, but we're close to the beginning anyway. The Unity Lords, the Acelins of the world. Halfway through this exercise, I realized I was going to pick them every single faction because that getting the full bonus of all, even the crappier ones, it's pretty much value over replacement. So I tried to kind of limit myself to, you know, I don't know, maybe like roughly half or less. I tried to take the Unity champions. So although I really agree with you here, I kind of went the same direction with my team. Marichka is the best support in the game, arguably. Her synergy with Taurus is busted. Not that Taurus needs it, but I decided to include Stag Knight as my epic because I love him so much. I love decreased speed, especially on bosses. I wanted to have that on the team. The decreased attack is nice to have on the AoE, the decreased defense. I like my man Stag Knight, right? So he kind of fits into every team. And so instead of taking Ursula, I took Stag Knight. And then I passed on Acelin because I didn't want to get too greedy, but I will get greedy later. And I actually went with Kaja. Originally, before we included the epics, I had Kaja and Timid and Taurus and Marichka, the two duos, because I think they're nasty. But Kaja's a beast. Not only does she have the AoE revive, but she also has that turn meter fill and the remove 2 random debuffs from each ally with the block debuffs. It's a really strong kind of synergy, I thought, to Marichka's support, right? Having the Kaja, she brings the turn meter and the cleanse and the block debuffs. Marichka brings the strength in and the heals. And I don't know, I think that both of our teams are going to be busted.
Yeah.
And Taurus can handle all the heavy lifting for everybody in terms of damage, like anywhere.
Yeah. Just nukes, absolutely destroys.
All right. High Elf Tom, do you want me to go first this time, or do you want to?
You go first. You go first.
All right. You chose Acelin. I'm going to start things out with Fina. Fina, I think I love Fina, Blade of Avaria. Listen, we could be here all day with her kit because she does so much. Same with all these faction unities. But I love the A2. It's nice. I love that she's going to be my increased attack champion because I'm not going to go with Arbiter on my team. So I needed to increase attack to set up my nuker. She's also going to be, protected buffs, ignore defense, just amplifying all of my damage. She's super fast too. So I love me some Fina. I'm going to go with Bellinor. So I'm going with kind of a fast, hit you hard and fast debuffer type team here. Decreased defense, weaken. And what I love about Bellinor is once I talk about my epic, you'll see, but Bellinor can also deal a lot of damage, you know, so he can be a DPS and a debuffer, which I really like with the overkill ability. So Bellinor, and then we're going to have, well, I'm going to go with one of my mythicals. I'm going to go with Star Sage Galathyr. That's one of my 2 mythicals of the video, of the collab. He's going to be my reviver. Again, I'm trying to not purposely trying to not go Arbiter, but I wanted to get Star Sage in there. So that's why Fina will amplify everything. Star Sage will control everything. He'll cleanse everything. He'll revive everything. He's got everything, right? I couldn't get away from Star Sage. I bet you'll go with him too, but I'm curious to see. And then last but not least, my epic is going to be Royal Guard. I'm going Royal Guard and Bellinor as my 1-2 punch damage. It's not the hardest hitting combo in the game, but with the ignore defense brought by Fina, I figured it can be helpful. The reason I wanted to go Royal Guard is obviously all PvE content with the enemy max HP is going to be great. He has the decreased defense as well. Not that I need it with Bellinor. And also very importantly, I love decreased speed. He's got it. And the 4 hitter will help me in areas like Fire Knight and whatnot. So those are my quad. I got Fina, I got Royal Guard, I got Star Sage Galathyr, and I have Bellinor. I came up with a bunch of different other options though, so I'm curious to see where you went here. And you guys can let us know which teams you like better in every single faction in the comments.
Yeah, this is interesting because I think if you're really trying to build the best team here, you're absolutely going Galathyr because he does so much stuff. But I'm not going Galathyr, Ash.
I love it. Okay, cool.
I'm not.
I'm glad that you're not.
Hey, I didn't talk to you.
Yeah.
Just to be contrarian because he is the right pick. Like if you're gonna use a mythical, this is the time to do it.
I'm using my mythical.
I was like, you know what? I want to try to build an Arbiter team here. I'm going to give a little homage to the original OG free-to-play goddess.
Much respect for that. Yeah.
Yes. So I'm going to roll Arbiter. I also think this is a team that you want to build kind of around speed. I'm going Arbiter. I'm actually going to go Thorion on this.
Okay.
I thought about Bellinor, but I'm going to Thorion because I want a nasty Hydra champion with this team, but also could hypothetically work in Arena with placing block buffs. So I'm rolling Thorion. I'm rolling Arbiter. And then I'm also going to roll here, and this was, I think, a tricky one, but if I'm trying to do as much content as possible, I think I'm going to roll Lanothril.
Okay, he was on my original team.
Yeah,
I call him Lanothril, but whatever, bro. I don't know.
Lanothril.
I like that. Hey, you're probably right, by the way. I'm not making fun of you.
Rhinoceros. Who knows what his name is?
I'm going with Rhino.
Big Daddy Lanothril.
Are you guys done with that spam?
Hey, I love this champion. I love this. I love that you chose him because he was on my original squad. But
so I want that ally attack. That's the thing. Like, I want that ally attack. I can use it in an arena to target somebody and try to do some damage. Get stuff done. You can build him as a damage dealer, which is great. Athorion helps me if I'm doing PvE content with the massive max HP. So I'm gonna roll an Lanothril, but then like you in the epics, I'm going for Royal Guard. So I'm just
gonna go double enemy max HP.
I am stacking max HP. This is like a god tier PvE because I've got revive, I've got massive max HP hits. I do have decreased speed from Royal Guard, but I can also do some damage. Lanothril can do a little bit of damage to make stuff interesting, keep it interesting in arena. So
interesting team here.
Yeah.
Okay, so you went Royal Guard, Wall Master, Lanothril or Renothril, and Arbiter. I went Star Sage, Bellinor, Royal Guard, and Fina. All right, that was an interesting one. Very, very good. I like that you didn't go Chalk with Galathir there too. All right.
Very hard not to.
You're up on Sacred Order.
Yes. Okay, so this is, you want to talk about bringing in your mythical?
Did you go Siegfried?
You could take the mic home with you.
This is the time. If there were ever a mythical to pick, this is the one. Like, because he does everything, and he's incredible in PvE and incredible in PvP. So I'm 1,000,000% embracing it. I'm bringing on Big Daddy Siegfried to dominate for me. This is also the faction that I feel like I have the absolute hardest time picking the other champions because there's so many directions that I could go in here,
bro.
And there's so many that are good for both PvP and PvE. But I'm gonna go Siegfried, and then I'm gonna do it. Okay, I'm gonna go Cupidus Venus. Okay, I know that there are arguments to be made for Wixwell.
This is very interesting. I did not see you going this way, but I'm not hating on it though. I'm
going with the duo only because I feel like you can clear a ton of waves with this duo just by the ability of them to keep things alive. You can use this in Hydra and do some nasty damage there. You've got Siegfried to also support damage, and if things really go wrong, revive everybody. And then for my epic here, I'm gonna go Deacon. So I can throw out some defense.
But you're gonna have Venus though.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right. Actually, forget it. Forget Deacon. That was a joke.
Deacon, you're out. You're out.
Surprise. Surprise. All right. So I was kidding about Deacon.
It's a good joke. Good joke.
I'm gonna go actually with Godseeker and Eerie. That's where I'm going. Yes.
Okay.
Godseeker and Eerie on the epic.
I like that. Okay, good. That was a good one. All right. So you got Godseeker, you got Siegfried, so you got Revive everywhere when you need it and when you emergency need it. And you got Venus Cube. That's a really strong combo. Debuffs, damage, revive, and a lot more damage. More damage.
There's so many good champions. I mean, I really struggle here. I'm curious to see what you went with.
Yeah, man. I mean, I thought about getting really cute and trying to go outside the box with Hansel and Gretel or something like that, but I couldn't do it at the end of the day. I did decide to go really crazy though on this one. At least I think compared to everything else that I've got, gone so far. Basically, what I'm trying to say here is I didn't go with Siegfried. I pulled the Star Sage Drock, and I decided not to go with him. So who did I go with instead? I went with Cardiel. An oldie, but certainly a goodie. He's going to be obviously my cleanser. He's going to be my revive on death, protected, blah, 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 blah. He's got the heals. He's got the speed aura. But obviously, I really went with him because of the ally attack. I love, like you and Lanothril, I really, really love me some ally attacks. So I went with Cardiel to start things out. Next, I'm actually going to go with the only one that I don't have here, and that is High Mother Maud. She's going to be my reviver. I think she's amazing. Moreover, I don't have an increased attack champion on my team, so I'm going to get it out of her A1, or at least try to a little bit. She also has buff extension on her A2. She's also my healer on the squad. She's my reviver. She's my cleanser. I feel like she brings a ton to the table. I'm really excited to get her someday in like a year and a half. And then I'm also going to go, I wasn't sure about this one, but I'm also going to go with Venus, man. I think that Venus is just really freaking good. I'm trying to get a burner on all my teams so I can have that PvE potential, because burner is so important everywhere. I'm not going with Cupidus with her, but she's going to be my debuffer. She's going to be my burner. She's going to be my poisoner as well. She could be my aura lead. She's fast. She's got a lot of HP. She's insanely good. And then I'm going with Fenax. I'm going with Fenax because A, he brings my decreased speed, which I love. He can help with the lockouts, or the block buffs rather, controlling the A2. And because of that cardio synergy on the ally attack with the put down, deny revive, he'll be really good in the arena for me, but he'll be very, very good in PvE as well. So he can hit incredibly hard with that A1. So I got Fenax, I got Venus, I've got cardio, and I've got High Mother Maud on the team. What do you think of that squad?
I actually really like that squad a lot. Your squad has elite cleansing. My squad has elite damage. You know what I mean? Like two different sides of the coin, or I don't know what the saying is. Yes. That doesn't really apply here, but yeah, they're both great squads. I like your squad.
There's a lot of champions here. It's tough. This is a tough one, but
yeah,
all right.
It was hard.
Okay, Barbarian time. Now, I think we could probably say that things are going to be hard every single faction, but this is the first one that I really just stopped and I'm like, oh my God. And this is the part. This is the part of the exercise pre-video that I got really excited, because I'm like, wow, you can make like 4 or 5 totally different teams and have them all be just god tier, you know, with this faction. So I'm curious to see where you went. I can almost guarantee it's not going to be the same as what I went with. So I went with 1, 2. I'm just realizing that I went with 3 mythicals and I went with Allahs. So why don't you go first while I try to find a replacement?
Well, funny enough, this is my second mythical. Yes, I am already burning my mythical card.
Okay, great.
I'm already out of mythicals for the rest of this.
I'm almost thinking I should still go with him and sacrifice the other one, but I'm not gonna.
Sacrifice the other one.
No, you go first.
I'm going to Laws. I'm going to Laws because it's
so good.
There's too much value. There's too much value. He's
too much.
Incredible in PvP. He's incredible in PvE. I passed on Star Sage because I wanted to keep a Laws, because I want that block damage counterattack. You can use it in clan boss. You can use it in wave clearing. You can use his PvP stuff, his massive damage. I mean, yeah, his second form is a little underwhelming, but even then, you still keep people alive if you have to switch into it. So,
and I love it for Chimera too, like switching into Solar Flare just to grab the. Actually, I'm thinking of. I'm actually thinking of what is the lion, but either way, it's still good. It's still good. Yeah,
Drock, but
he still has the True Fear burn. Yeah.
But so I'm going to Laws. I just think he's just too darn good, man. But I'm going to Laws. I hate that I'm doing this. I'm going Armands. I'm sorry. I still think this champion is absurdly busted. It's just he's too
insane.
Good in everything.
Yeah.
Wave clear, done. You don't have to ever worry about waves if you go with him in PvE. PvP, done. Unless people have all pinpoint, you're going to be sheeping. You're going to be sucking dry the turn meter. You're going to be stunning. I mean, the dude is just broken. So I'm rolling with Armands. Now is when it gets a little tricky. It gets a little tricky.
So you've got Armands so far. You got Allahs.
Yes, I've got Armands. I've got Allahs. I really struggled with this next pick, on kind of what direction to go to, because I think you can make an argument for picking another damage dealer here. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought, like, you know what? I think I'm gonna roll Freya. Freya.
I thought long and hard about getting Freya on my squad, but I didn't. But I love that you did.
I'm rolling Freya because I've got some synergy there with placing increased defense. For my Allahs for damage. I've got the cleanse. I can also keep my damage dealer alive in the arena or in PvE. I just think Freya is such a underrated champion. You don't see her as much, but she's really, really, really good. And so in this kind of build, I'm going to roll Freya there. And then for my final pick, and this was also
this is your epic, right?
Yeah, this is my epic. This wasn't super hard in this regard. I'm going Farrakhan. Bring out the fat boy.
Man.
It's time to ally attack. It's time to HP burn, baby. It's time to throw some poisons up. The fat big boy, or as I call him, little Papa Drock.
I don't know about that.
He's a little bit larger than me. Maybe he's ultra Papa Drock.
Get in my belly!
I've got to have this guy on my team. I just think he's an incredible epic and someone you can use in so many different areas of content. And yeah, that's how I'm rolling. That's my team. That's my team, Ash.
I love it, man. I love it. I'm scrambling here. I really botched this exercise on this one. I'm not going to lie to you guys, because I not only did I pick Allah's accidentally, I was so mythical hungry, but I also didn't pick an epic. And I'm looking at my list. I'm like, oh my God, trying to listen to you and scramble here. But I'm going to go crazy outside the box here.
Okay.
Everybody in the comments is going to choose your team over this, guaranteed. Whatever. I'm going to take the L here. I'm going to take the L. I'm going to go Armand's because I'm not an idiot. So we'll start with Armand's. He'll help me out everywhere. He's going to have my stun, my turn meter fill, all the stuff that he does. He's broken. He's ridiculous. Okay. Armand's done. I'm actually going to shock the world here. And I'm going to go with Alsgore and Jetney. I'm going to go with a combo play here. Alsgore, Crimson Horn. First of all, let me start with Jetney, because I think the Jetney's the worst of the two, and Alsgore, but I think that these two are actually really good together. Like, no lie, no BS. She's got stun. She's got AoE ignore defense. She's got a guaranteed decreased defense if he's on the same team, Alsgore, which he obviously is. And she's got an AoE ×2 hitter, extra turn with decent multipliers. 20% more damage targets under shield, but she's going to be ignoring all shields because Alsgore is going to be on the team with me. She's going to be my DPS. So I'm going to have like a kind of fast Armands and Jetney get in there with the debuffs and just nuke him down. And then Alsgore, man, do you like this champion? Do you play around with Alsgore at all?
I actually, well, for Cursed City, yeah. He's underrated. Yeah. He's a little sneaky.
He's sneaky good. He's got the AoE ×2, kind of a little bit of the Ukko vibes here with the chance of removing 2 buffs on the AoE. Even on weak hits, because Jetney's on the same team. He's also bringing continuous heals. He's also bringing a block damage and a full heal on a target ally, and then a decreased speed 100% anytime he's touched. So I love my man Alsgore with Jetney. And then we're going to fill in the team. I feel like I still need a reviver here. So I'm actually going to go with Jamarsa. Because I'm really limited and I need to go with an epic, right? So she's also going to be healing. She has a mediocre revive, but hopefully with Alsgore there with a full heal, with the block damage and all that stuff that he brings to the table, he can help us keep alive. And everybody on my team has pretty damn powerful abilities and turn meter fill on Armands. So I figured with that phasing passive, she can kind of keep the pace up of this team. I want to make everybody kind of fast. So it's quite crazy, but I got Jamarsa, I got Armands, and then I got Jetney and Alsgore.
You forgot me again!
I actually kind of like it because you've got some, like, your team, I would say, as a longer team. Like, you're going to go longer. I'm going to hit hard. And then, I'm going to burn bright and explode, basically. But you're built for the distance,
You've got allies, so, like, I think you win.
That's pretty nasty.
It is Ogren time, though, and you are up first this time, and I did not screw this one up.
I went first the last one.
Oh, did you?
You didn't. Yeah, because you were
struggling. You're right.
Because you had all
I'm up first. Here I go again. I've got a killer team here, much better than the other. Okay, so obviously, I think that Ugo is the best epic in the entire game, and it's criminal not to pick her, but I'm not going to pick her. I'm going to start out with my epic in Uragrim. I'm going to go Uragrim on my team. He's going to help me on heals. He's got a little poison on his A1. He's got 2 poisons and more heals on his A3. He can be my speed or lead as well. 20% in all battles. He got a nerf like right when he was released, but I think this dude is still really good. I'm going to go with Stock the Broken, my guy. Really like this fusion. Did you go for him? Did you get him?
I did go for him. I have not built him yet.
Okay. I love this
either
dude.
of my accounts.
I love this dude. He's got turn meter fill. He's got poison activation. He's got continuous heal activation on a 3-turn cooldown. He's bringing poisons. He's bringing continuous heals. He's bringing weaken. He's got more poison and burn increased durations. And he's got a cool passive too. He also has speed in all battles, but I already have it on Uragrim. So now I got Stock. Now I've got Uragrim here. Now I'm going to get really crazy. I'm going Bellatar Mage Slayer. This dude would never make the list if we're talking about best champions in the faction. But in the context of this team, I think he's the perfect complement for the ending champion that will bring everything together here. He's bringing increased attack. He's bringing increased defense. Same ability. He's going to be my healer. He's got a skill cooldown on his A1. He's got a AoE revive. He's going to be my reviver. And he's got this passive, Critical Juncture. 70% decreasing all of an ally's skill cooldowns by 1 turn whenever they're revived. So now he's going to be between the A1 and the revive and the increased defense and all this stuff. I feel like he's going to synergize really nicely with the rest of the team. And then I'm going to bring it all together with Vizic the Noxious. So that's why I went Uragrim, right? So like, I want it to be all about poisons and burns and poison and burn activations while still having a lot of survivability with stock and the heals and the continuous heals and Uragrim with the continuous heal and continuous heal activation and revives and increased defense. This guy has the 2 poisons. He's got the increased accuracy on everybody, increased duration of buffs. He's got heals. He's got increased duration of enemy debuffs by 2 turns instead with the faction allies. He's got increased speed on all allies. He's got burn and poison damage escalation. Everybody's bringing burns and poisons on this team. He's got protected burns and poisons. Man, I feel like this is an insane little squad that I got here. So I got Vizic, I got Bellatar, I've got Stock, and I've got Uragrim.
I actually think that is the best team you can build in this faction.
Oh, but I feel like you got options though. Like you got options here.
But I think that one's so good because the synergy works with Visig and with Stock. But I'm going a different direction.
Yeah, please do.
Go in a different direction.
Okay.
But
I have guesses. I have a guess.
We have some overlapping picks here.
Okay.
I actually think Bellatar is a fantastic choice in this faction because you get first off, you do get the revive, which is massive, and it's actually not a bad revive at all. It's actually a really good revive if you look at it. And then just getting buffs is so big, and it heals. Like you got to heal there, you got buffs. Like I actually think though he doesn't get a lot of play in the main game. I think for this exercise, he's really a great choice. So I'm going Bellatar.
So you're going Bellatar. Cool.
Going Bellatar.
Who
Now I'm
would have
gonna go a
thunk?
little bit. Yeah, who would have thought?
Both
right?
of us.
I'm gonna go a little bit different direction. I'm really tempted to pick Stock because he is, I think, so good and he does allow you to do some nasty stuff, especially in PvE. But I'm gonna go with Big Daddy Grazer. I'm gonna go Big Daddy Grazer.
I thought so. Yep.
Yeah, one of my main damage dealers. He's elite in Hydra. He absolutely smacks. He can also help with healing and keeps your team alive, which is so useful. Kind of actually sneaky good in lower levels of PvP too, because you're gonna struggle to kill because he heals everybody when he takes damage. So I'm rolling with Grazer. And then for my epic pick, I am gonna pick Ugo. Thought about Maneater here because he is so great, but I just feel like what Ugo brings to the table with the decreased defense and the blocking buffs, like I'm trying to build here basically a God Hydra team, and I think I'm mostly there. I just think she's incredible. You know, she's so good. Also has the emergency revive if she's the last one alive, which is kind of a sneaky little bonus heal there. So I am gonna roll Ugo, and then this last pick.
Yeah, who are you gonna go in now here? Yeah. Where are you gonna go here?
This last pick is probably where it doesn't make necessarily a ton of sense, but I don't really care. I just love this champion. So I'm going Gurgo.
Gurgo. Okay.
I'm going Gurgo.
I like that, man, because think about your team, you don't have any control at all on it right now.
Yeah.
So he's gonna bring. Yeah.
So I'm going Gurgo. He's my wave clear. He's also my speed lead in arena. In this kind of scenario, so I might even just build him super fast if I'm doing arena and just have him like weirdly enough just
accuracy,
like
speed,
control, control like type thing. But he's gonna help me in waves. He's gonna help me in arena in that regard. He gives me a sick aura, and you know what? He can also do damage, though he's not going to be my big damage dealer for PvE content like Grazer is because of the max HP. He can come in there and he can strip some buffs if enemies get buffs up, and he can do a little bit of extra damage, even if he's not placing freezes on bosses. So that's how I'm rolling for my.
Well, you said I might have the team. I think your team, my team might win like a little bit in originality, but I think your team would probably be more effective in more areas, you know, when you put them all together. But hey, maybe we'll make the teams and see someday. I don't know. Lizard Men time. This time I know you're first.
I am definitely first in this one. Okay, this is a really hard one, but
yes, man, and you've used both your mythicals, right?
I've used my mythicals, so I'm definitely
I still have one left.
Areas, which this might be where you pick it in. But okay, this is a tricky one because I really feel like this is the one, like one of those factions where you are picking a faction unity champion, and if you don't, like you're really missing out. I have to take Teox here. I have to take him. He's just too good. He's elite in arena. He's elite in Hydra. He's elite in PvE scenarios. So I'm definitely picking Teox. I'm also gonna pick, and I think this. Oh man, this is so tough.
This is ridiculous, by the way. This I don't.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
I'm going Necmo. I'm gonna go Necmo.
Ooh.
Because Necmo has ended up being a really, really, really good champion for Chimera. So I'm gonna roll Necmo. You can use him in Hydra. You could also hypothetically use him in Arena. Certainly, he's enabling my Teox to dominate. Frankly, any of these picks would, but I'm gonna go Necmo.
Yeah.
You're getting a lot of great debuffs there, and also a lot of great buffs with that increased speed and that turn meter, which is gonna help you a lot.
Insane.
And then for my last legendary,
this is so tough, man. There's too many good ones here.
There's really good ones here, but I think I am gonna go Sulfurion. I'm gonna go Sulfurion.
I can't believe that you did what I did, but go on. We'll talk about why later. Yeah.
I'm going Sulfurion because I get HP burn, which is massive for PvE content. I get a revive, which is also massive for all content. I get turn meter boosts off of HP burn debuff, so I'm boosting turn meter all over the place here, which is just like so powerful. And Sulfurion is just an incredible champion. So those are my 3 legendaries, and
Sulfurion, Teox, and Necmo. Okay, all right.
And then this next one is where I actually really struggled, because I want to try to synergize stuff.
Yeah.
And make sure that I'm covering all my bases. And this is look, this is a champion I don't think you would normally pick, but I'm gonna do it here. I'm gonna go with Scathix, which is
Hey, guess what, bro? Cat's out of the bag. That's my epic too. We want the same guy.
Yeah, so I'm going with Scathix because he's my cleanse. He's giving me shields. He's also stealing.
He's really
buffs.
good, man.
Yeah, he's really good. He helps keep himself alive. And he gives you a decreased speed on the A1. So I am going to go Scathix here. And I was really tempted to pick like Aox or some of the other ones in this champion because they're really in this faction because they're really good. But I think I'm going to go Scathix.
You know what, man? I'll start with my epic. So your team is Scathix, is Sulfurion, is Teox, and Necmo.
Yes.
I'll start with my epic because I just let it out. But Scathix, man, I think this guy's a beast, man. I think to me he was the. It's hard to say obvious because it depends on what you're looking for a little bit. But if I wasn't going to go with a reviver, I might have been talked into Broadmaw.
Better luck next time, pal.
Scathix, I love his buff steal. You said it all. The cleanse and that great shield and the block debuffs. Man, that's really valuable to have 2-turn block debuff from an epic champion. He's a really cool guy. All right. I'm going to go. So I thought I wanted to go Feedy Teocrest so badly because he's so insanely good, and it feels criminal not to go with him. But I'm actually going Krisk, because I couldn't not pick Krisk. Forgive the double neg. I couldn't not pick Krisk, man. I couldn't even over your Necmo pick. I probably would have just went Krisk only because I just feel like whenever you put Krisk into any team, the team's instantly better no matter what. I don't know what it is about him, But either way, he's got the decreased defense, the decreased attack. I love this in Chimera because I'm reminded that you can just depend on him to be a debuffer on his passive, when it's not multi-target. He's got the buff extension. He's got the ally protect. He's got my provokes. He's got my increased speed. He'll be my increased speed champion on the team because I'm not going with Necmo. For all the reasons you said, I'm going Teox. He's going to be on my squad too. And very similar to you, we only have one difference on our team. You went Necmo, I went Krisk, because I'm also going Sulfurion. For the reasons that you said. The burn, his passive is nasty too. The turn meter fill and the burn activation, the extra turn revive. I mean, you said it all, but Sulfurion's so good. So yeah, Sulfurion, Krisk, Teox, and Scathix is my team. So this is the closest that we've come to the same team here so far.
Yeah, I actually, this is criminal to admit, but I completely forgot about Krisk.
No worries.
I was like, oh yeah, Krisk might be a really good.
He might be a good one.
The ally protect.
It's but no, it's still your team is still good because you got that little bug, man. I mean, he's not Krisk, but he's so unique and second to none in terms of turn meter fill in the game.
Yeah, I'm just taking immense amounts of turns with my team.
Yes,
I'm basically just overwhelming someone with speed in this build.
All right, Skinwalker. It's too bad that you can't go with a cock, man. I know that you were hoping for him. I know it.
I love that cock, man.
I know. I'm
That's
sorry,
a nice
dude.
Cock, but
I'm sorry.
Couldn't do it.
You were asking Player to nerf him, weren't you? Were you making a big video about that recently?
I reached out. I was like, he's too strong.
You reached out.
This cock is too powerful.
Content creators always ruining the game for everybody else, man. All right. Are you up first?
No, you're up first. You're up
Okay.
first. You're up first.
All right. I'm gonna go Marius. I don't know. I was gonna say best enemy max HP champion in the game, and maybe it's an argument between like one or two others, but either way, he's got the triple hitter, decreased duration. He'll be a menace in the arena. He'll be amazing in PvE everywhere. He's got his own buffs. He's got the extra turn. He's got the enfeeble, the AoE on the A1. He's ridiculous. I can't not take Marius. I'm actually gonna go crazy from here on out though. I'm gonna go with Razovarg. Right? Razovarg. Yeah. I actually just pulled this rabbit and I was really impressed by this dude. Like, I didn't go for the fusion way back in the day. And man, he's pretty damn cool. He can deal damage, but I'm not bringing him on the team necessarily just for the damage here. It's more for the leech and for the increased speed, increased accuracy. And just with the increased speed, increased accuracy, I feel like he'll just keep my team going. He's got triple hitter I can use in areas like Fire Knight as well. He'll be my speed or a lead. I'm going Razovarg. Again, wouldn't be on my list as best champion in the faction, but in terms of the synergy for this exercise, I love him. So I got Razovarg, I got Marius. Now I've got increased accuracy, increased speed. Marius brings his own increased defense. I'm going, I couldn't get away from Bolint Freewalker. I don't have him. But holy moly, I had to reacquaint myself with his kit for this exercise, and my God, I couldn't get away from this guy. He's got an AoE decreased defense, which is nice. He's got 100% AoE stun, fills a turn meter by 15% for each stun landed. Ignore 50% of each target's resistance on the full whatever. Removing all buffs. So now he's pulling an Odin for me with his A3 essentially, because I have him fully powered up. And then he's got ridiculous things like all allies ignore 30% of defense when attacking under a stun. He's just ridiculous stuff here. Ridiculous stuff. So I couldn't get away from him. So now I got Bolin, I've got Marius, I've got Razovarg, and I'm putting it all together with, I'm doubling down on my control here. And I'm going Frenzy the Cackler. We talked about how important it is already a lot about needing a burn on a lot of these teams for all the different areas of the game. I love Frenzy, man. She's bringing the burn and she's bringing the burn activation. And then she can help with the provoke. When enemies aren't stunned, they'll be chain provoked. This team's going to be locking down and killing fast. So that's the team. I've got Frenzy, I've got Bolin, I've got Razovarg, and I've got Marius. Who you got?
I like it. I like it. I think that's a strong team. I also do not have Bolint, and boy, do I wish I did, because I just read his kit again, and I'm like, good God, this champion is actually kind of broken.
Yeah, like I
champion's absurd.
Sometimes they sneak in these unities, and you just don't even barely even notice that there's a new unity today, huh?
Today on Eyewitness Corey, a probing expose of the plight of the middle child.
We've got some overlap here, and the obvious overlap is Marius, because he's so freaking good. I mean, like, easily one of the best champions in the entire game.
Yeah.
I mean, he's absurd. So I'm definitely going Marius. I get increased defense and increased accuracy on everybody, which is so nasty with that A3, and I get massive max HP damage. I'm gonna go Bolint as well, because of the fact that his passive lets multi-hit skills do more damage after the first hit, which is so insane when comboed with Marius. So yes, we're doing Bolint. We got control there. We also got way more damage for PvE and PvP, which is disgusting. But then I gotta bring my big piggy back, baby. Bring Mighty Uko back, okay? Make Uko great again.
Dude, you said Big Piggy. I'm like, this guy's going Norog. He's going Norog.
He's going Norog.
I can't believe it.
He's lost his mind, Ash. He's going Norog. God, that champion needs a buff.
I'm like, at first I was a little worried that your team's gonna whoop my team's butt. And then he went Norog. I'm like, what? Okay.
What? He's selling hard.
Uko. I like that. I like that.
We're going Uko, baby.
That's a
Uko,
smart move. Yeah.
Sick revives, sick block buffs, stripping buffs. He's got multi-hits too.
It might be a better pick than Razovarg. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna say the chat or the viewers will decide. But also, Ash,
you got your reviver, man.
Nipples. He's got pierced nipples. How can you turn down a pig with pierced nipples? You can't.
I know. They're oddly close to my head right now. Very weird. Yeah.
So, I've got Uko, I've got Marius, I've got Bolint, and I'm leaning in to the Bolint multi-hit damage passive.
Oh my God, dude, your team I'm just gonna forfeit this category, bro. You've got it. You've got me.
Bring on my boy a Kempton. Bring on a Kempton.
Oh no, it's the final.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
the dagger.
The poisons, the hex, the incredible damage dealing, the ally speed aura, although I got a better one with Uko. Yes, he's got everything, and I want multi-hits because he's going to do even more damage because of the Bolent passive.
Oh,
so that's how I'm
man.
rolling here. I am buff stripping. I am blocking buffs. I am multi-hit damaging, and I've got pierced nipples. Nobody takes this team.
I think the nipples is what really seals the deal. Does Norik have a... No, he hasn't nothing pierced.
No, he's got nothing.
That's what he needs, a piercing buff.
Yeah, piercing buff.
His nose or something, you know?
Whatever it is, I will not do it.
Does anybody does anybody out there feel like I can contend here? I feel like Razovarg I might have get too cute there on the Razovarg. But I'm not backing off though. I'm not, yeah.
I liked it initially, but then I thought about like Marius having the increased accuracy as well. That was the only thing.
I
But
know.
Razovarg is
So,
really
but I'm
good.
getting it. You don't have increased speed on your squad, right? No, you do on Uko. You
with
do.
Uko.
You do.
I do with Uko. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got the revive.
Yeah. Shoot. I still like my frenzy pick, but I think you got me overall. All right, that was a good one. Hey, orcs. This is our last faction on my channel. Then we're gonna go over to Drock, so you guys can join us there. You're first.
Yes. Oh, this is a tricky one, man. There's so many different directions you can
This
go in
one
here.
was whacked, man.
This is a tricky one, but I think what I'm gonna go here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this. Okay. All right. How I'm rolling. I'm gonna bring in Artak because Artak is so nasty for a spider.
I'm glad
and
you've
with
seen the light,
8
my friend.
You have convinced me.
Our first collab ever. Was that our first collab ever?
It was like one of our first ones. You were like,
We were
what
ranking the
hell
daily
is this
log
stuff?
or the whatever the hell.
Daily login champs, and you were like, why do you have Artak ranked so low? What are you doing? I was like, I've never even used him.
I forgot that he was a loyal. I forgot he was free, man. I'll keep things at Fusion, but I can't believe they gave him to us for free.
Yeah.
Call it
I wish they
arbiter.
would give him again for my free-to-play account that started after that, but that's neither here nor there. You know, pull another ninja.
Okay, so yeah, my bad. Artak.
Artak. I'm
He's
rolling
your guy.
Artak.
Okay.
Lots of utility, incredible in a lot of different areas, can be used for PvP and PvE. So I'm gonna roll Artak.
Okay.
Now it's where it gets a little interesting.
Yeah.
Now it's where it gets a little interesting. I am gonna roll Raka. Raka Viletide. I'm gonna roll Raka Viletide, and you'll see here soon.
That makes two of us.
I never mind. It's very.
I know why.
You know what's coming. I'm going Raka. I get a sick revive. I get a cleanse. I get increased attack buffs and shields. So I get basically everything I need. Utility. Yeah,
she's
turn
great.
meter fill, ally speed, which is big. So I'm rolling Raka. Now, this is where the arena person in me desperately wants to pick Warlord.
I know you do.
Because of how freaking good he is in arena. I really want to do it, and it's very hard for me not to, but I'm going to resist the temptation. I'm going to resist the temptation here. And I'm God, this I was looking for one specific champion in here, and I can't remember who does what I need. They don't do what I need. That's okay. I was going to pick Warlord, but I'm actually going to roll. I'm going to roll with, where is it? I've forgotten his name. I'm going to roll with Supreme Gallic. Gallic.
All right.
I'm doubling down on burns and block buffs. I'm placing decreased speed with this champion. I've got my buffer with my Raka, and then the final champion here. Actually, no. Wait. No, I take it back. This is the only time. Okay. I take it back. Forget Supreme Gallic.
No takesies backsies.
I'm taking it back
go
because
ahead.
I was looking for something specific and I couldn't find it.
What do you want?
Now I found it, and I'm going a double epic team here. I'm going double epic.
Ooh.
Ash, double epic for the last champion on your video, and we're rolling.
Wait, this is instead of
a third legendary. I'm going insane. And I'm rolling Duck and I'm rolling Seer. Yes, I am rolling with the double epic team here, which is probably insane.
Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna tease. I have a double epic on your video. I also have my second mythical on your video,
nice.
giving people reasons to watch, you know, and as if they need any. So wait a second. You're going Raka, Artak, and you're not gonna go anymore with Alt Supreme Galek?
No, I'm not gonna go anymore with Supreme Galek. I really wanted to.
Out. You got
he's out.
Artak, you've got Raka, you've got Duck, and you've got Seer. Interesting.
Duck and Seer. And
Okay.
really the whole reason why is I want the AoE decreased defense. That's literally it. I was like, is there a champion, and maybe there is, and I'm just missing them, that does AoE decreased defense on the legendaries? And if I
No, you got Varro with a weekend. You got Gomlock, right?
Yeah, Gomlock.
He has it on a 4 turn.
Yeah, decrease.
That's about it.
Gomlock. Yeah, screw it. I'd rather have Duck because I get control with Provoke, which is good. I can provoke Hydra here. I can put decreased defense and decreased attack, which is great for surviving. And I enable my Seer to absolutely annihilate waves. So this is like my dominate wave team. Dominate wave team is what I'm doing here. And then I'm burning if I'm facing a boss.
You think you have enough buffage to activate Seer though? I'm kind of worried about it.
I got tons of buffs because I'm building these guys in shield sets. Not I am buffed to the gills.
They don't stack, Drock.
I am so buffed. Don't remind me that maybe I don't have enough buffs.
What I would do is I would trade Seer back for Supreme Galek if I were you.
Yeah, probably actually the better. Yeah.
Not that you need my advice, because then you have that. Then you have a beast mode Hydra team.
You know what? I'm taking my L here. Just tell me the better team.
You know what? Take your Seer and your Duck, man. People are gonna give you the dub just because you chose 2 epics and you thought outside the box. You're gonna get the auto. But I do have Raka as well, right? All the reasons that you said. She's gonna be my increased attack champion. I love that she cleanses with the block debuffs that you can use anyway, and the turn meter fill. I mean, she's really good, especially Chimera, but she's really good in general. So Raka, I'm gonna go with an oldie but a goodie, Iron Brago. Yeah, I like a little Iron Brago. He's got the escalated defense for everybody on my team, gonna help with survivability, because my team's all gonna be predicated on the next 2 champions too, right? So I want my team to be very tanky, right? For reasons that will be obvious in a moment. So I got the increased defense, I got a defense-based champion, I got my reviver, my shielder, my block debuffs. He's got stuns, he's got provokes, he's got decreased attack as well. I mean, Iron Brago, it's been a while since I took a look at this dude, but man, he's got a lot, man. He's got a lot. So I got Iron Brago, I got Rockavile Tide, and then I am going Warlord. Warlord. No! Yeah. Sorry, dude. I mean, not just the arena. I mean, obviously, you know Warlord. Everyone knows Warlord, but he can be my wave. I don't have to worry about anything wave-wise ever with Warlord on my team. And then without the wave on my team, a little redundancy here, to be fair, between him and Raka, because they both have block debuffs and a shield. But he also brings the heals for my squad, more heals, and I just can't get away from all that lockout. And if I have 2 block debuff champions and 2 shields, then I'll deal with it. And then I'm gonna finish the team with, wait a second, dude, I'm talking all that smack, bro.
What are you finishing with?
I suck so bad, man. I suck so bad. You know what? I didn't choose an epic. I didn't choose an epic. I'm gonna do something here. I'm gonna put a switch. Hey, Drock screwed up. I'm gonna pull a switcherooski too.
Exactly. There you go.
I'm gonna get rid of Warlord. I love you, bro, but what can I do? I need this team to work. So I'm gonna go with, just like you, I'm also gonna go with Duck the Pierced. Because he's a tanky, decreased defense champion. So now I got Duck, now I got Raka, and I got Iron Brago. Iron Brago's increased defense will empower Duck to be even more tanky. He's a defense-based champion. I got my Provoker there, as you said. And then I'm putting it all together because I have an increased attack champion in Raka. I'm going to go with my man, Nogdar, the Headhunter. I love me some good old Nogdar. Nogdar can smack, first of all, my little guy. And I just like it because my whole team's going to be super tanky, shields and all this stuff, right? And even I have that revive to keep everybody else alive, 2 defense-based champions and Iron Brago and Duck alongside Raka with shields for days. And then Nogdar will just keep dying. But like, I think this buff, it's weird. Like the utility on Nogdar isn't like, I mean, he doesn't shine in many areas, but he can just wreck. Have you used Nogdar a lot?
I used him briefly, like that arena meta where he was kind of the way to get around like Taurus Marichka type stuff. You know what I mean? But not immensely. But I have watched your videos on him, so I'm familiar with his game. This
guy. So they changed the flow meter from 50% to full when he gets revived automatically. So then he just comes back to life. And the coolest thing about him is, like, sure, he does a lot of damage with his A2 and his A1. But the coolest thing about him to me, like, that a lot of people don't realize, is this sacrifice, this last rites. You sacrifice half of his damage, then you get an extra turn. but the sacrificing half of damage and then swapping HP, it's unresistible. It's not apparent from like reading it, you know? So like, and that's the same thing with all the swap damages, but still, I didn't know way back in the day when I first got him, you know? So you can just go in the arena, sacrifice 50% of his HP, and then like my man has no HP, and then you swap with somebody who's like a strong support on their team, and they're left with like nothing, and then he gets an extra turn, he just kills them, and then you just they kill him, and he's come back and Mac. I love that synergy, I love that combo. So I got Nadar, I've got Iron Brago, I've got Raka, and I've got Duck the Pierce. We both went with Duck, which is really cool.
Yeah.
All right, time to go to your channel. Ready?
Yes.
All right, guys. See us. I'll link it in the pinned comment and in the description of this video. We'll see you over there. Thanks for watching, and as always, take care, guys.